You know, Team TC, Red Room affiliates, when it comes to this content creator thing, I've been doing a lot of research the past couple of years, really paying attention to who's been successful, who's had the most success in the way they do things. And, it's very impressive. It's very impressive what you can do if you find yourself getting into content creating for a reason, right? Well, for the right reason. Those who seem to have a serious passion for it, they seem to be doing very well, super successful. And I think you can see the difference. I've seen the difference between those who are in it because they have a passion for it and those who are just in it because they want a quick buck. And I've made a mental note to pay especially close attention to those who are in it just to make a quick buck as a way to understand what not to do. I heard some real horror stories from certain content creators. I won't say what platforms they're on, about how, they were raking in like, I don't know, 20K a month only to lose all of that, and I think I think one of the reasons that might be is because unlike those content creators who are super successful, they didn't treat it like a business, they didn't treat it like something that could be long lasting. I think maybe they had the mentality of, as soon as I get the money, I'm gonna spend it, and I think that's kind of the wrong way to look at it, and I'm not judging anybody, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes a person can come into a large sum of money, and if you've never had that type of money before, you just don't know what to do with yourself. Sometimes you just don't you just don't know how to act. I go from making this right here to $20,000 a month. You can't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're young. But being older and trying to get into this, I think I want to treat this like a business and hopefully turn this into something that can be long lasting. You know what I'm saying? As you can clearly see, my channel is relatively small, extremely small. I have about 71 subscribers. Shout outs to all of you who subscribed to my channel, all 4 to 5 of you who subscribed to my channel in the last week based on the Tupac video I did last week. And hopefully you'll watch the one I just finished a few minutes ago, literally. And you'll enjoy that one just as much as you did the one from last week. And, with that being said, I wanted to shoot this video right here because I wanted to invite you guys. I want to invite you guys on what I hope to be a special journey. You know what I'm saying? This is the beginning stages of what I hope to be a successful career as a YouTuber. And, a lot of people, and again, I'm not judging anybody. A lot of people, you hear that saying, fake it until you make it. Well, I ain't never really lived by that. I never really developed that mindset. For me, if I ain't got it, I ain't got it. You know what I mean? And if I want it that bad, I'll work for it. I'm willing to work for it. And, that being said, what I want to do is I want to show you guys exactly where I'm starting, which is completely from the bottom. A lot of people, they want you to think that everything has been smooth sailing from day one. Well, for me, I'm literally starting at the bottom. And I just want to share that with y'all, man. I want to share that with y'all. I want y'all to see this mess that is my studio. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, as you can see, I'm gonna turn the camera around and let y'all see exactly what I got going on. I mean, it really looks like a hurricane came through and hit my living room and my den. But this is the beginning stages, man. So let's take a walk around, right? Let's get up. Let's get up and let me flip this around. So you can see the monitors, the laptop. That's an old laptop too. I need a upgrade on the laptop. That is a Lenovo Yoga 910. That came out several years ago. And yeah, man, you see? So this is where the studio is gonna be. This is where the studio is gonna be. The Red Room Entertainment sign is already hung up, but as you can see, it's completely unlit. I told you, it looks like a hurricane came through here, man. All kinds of stuff. That's where I make my shirt set over here. Red Room Entertainment shirts. You know, this is going to be where I make the shirt set, all the merch that I have planned. I already have a plan for that. And yeah. This is it, man. This is the beginning stages. We're getting it out the bottom, man. And I said to myself, if you don't start now, when will you start? You know? If you don't start now, when will you start? And I just want to send this out there to any and everybody that's got any type of hopes or dreams and want to follow those hopes and dreams, especially if you know they're realistic and that they can be achieved. You know, if that's the case, if you want something better for yourself, hey man, why not? At least try. You know, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna at least try, but while I'm trying, I'm gonna give it everything I got. You know what I mean? Because people can see, you know, people can see when you're being truly authentic and when you're just in it for, you know, the wrong reasons. Like, you know, like I said, you just want to make a quick buck and all that good stuff. But hey, it can either be one day or it can be today. The choice is yours. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, Team TC Red Room Affiliates, we are out, man, you know, and y'all have a good day. We out. Peace.